real time. You move like water and taste like wine. You're holier than I am, holier than I am. Gentle hands, gold-lit eyes. I am a man made of borrowed time. You're holier than I am, holier than I am. I am the dust, you are the rain. You pull me close, I push away. I swear I love you.
Seagull. Ha.
Holier than I am. Gentle hands, gold-lit eyes. I am a man made of borrowed time. You're holier than I am, holier than I am. I am the dust, you are the rain. You pull me close, I push away. I swear I love you, but I am afraid.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors.